Israel and the United States are about to celebrate a historic transition. The U.S. Embassy in Israel officially moves from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem this morning.
Palestinians angry about the move are holding new protests on the Gaza-Israel border today. Israeli troops reportedly killed at least 12 protesters. Palestinians have been demonstrating for weeks, saying the U.S. is no longer a partner in the peace process.
For President Trump, this is a proud moment and the fulfillment of a promise. His daughter Ivanka and her husband, White House senior advisor Jared Kushner, will represent him at this morning's ceremony. Seth Doane is at the new embassy site in Jerusalem with the latest on this story. Seth, good morning.
Good morning. It is a celebratory atmosphere here. People are starting to take their seats for this event, which is being staged just in front of the new U.S. Embassy building here in Jerusalem. Representatives from 86 different countries were invited. Less than half sent their people, underlining just how controversial this embassy move is. There was some fine-tuning this morning as workers prepared for the 800 guests expected at today's embassy opening. Among the U.S. delegation are Ivanka Trump and husband Jared Kushner, who's in charge of developing the Trump administration's Middle East peace process. The Palestinians say moving the embassy sets the peace process back. It stalls it.
Well, there's nothing to stall at the moment.
Dan Shapiro was the U.S. ambassador to Israel under President Obama. If you were still the ambassador, if you had that secure line to President Donald Trump, what would you say to him?
I'd say if we're moving our embassy to Jerusalem, which is a perfectly legitimate and reasonable thing to do, let's describe it in the full context of the two-state solution that we envision.
Shapiro thinks the U.S. embassy move should ultimately be paired with the promise of a U.S. embassy to a future Palestinian state to be built in East Jerusalem. That's something the Trump administration has not articulated.
Oh, the peace process is in trouble.
Nabil Shad is a longtime Palestinian peace negotiator who argues that by the U.S. moving its embassy to Jerusalem, it has unilaterally sided with Israel on the status of a city also claimed by Palestinians.
From our point of view, what Mr. Trump has done is destroy the role of the United States as an honest broker.
But many Israelis are applauding President Trump's move, and they filled Jerusalem streets celebrating a decisive Israeli war victory of more than 50 years ago. It's an annual celebration, but this year, they told us, it meant more with the U.S. embassy move. Earlier today, we spoke with Senators Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz, who underlined that in 1995, a bipartisan Congress voted to move the U.S. embassy here. Every single U.S. president after that issued a waiver due to security concerns. Norah?
All right, Seth Doane in Jerusalem. Thank you.